Last Saturday, the Greene County Republican Party held a rally at the Greene County Fairgrounds. Sean Parnell, a candidate for the U.S. Senate, was the keynote speaker at the event.
Well, how's everybody doing?
Parnell is running for the United States Senate in the 2022 midterms. The incumbent Pat Toomey announced that he would not seek re-election last October.
And that is that I will not be running for re-election in 2022, and I will not be running.
The race to replace Toomey has attracted national attention, and analysts believe that the race will be critical for Democrats to win if they wish to keep the control of the Senate. Parnell is a front-runner in the Republican primary according to a poll by Franklin and Marshall College, and he has received the endorsement of political figures including Josh Hawley, Dan Crenshaw, and Donald Trump.
A couple weeks ago, as you just heard, we were endorsed by President Donald J. Trump, and we're really excited about that.
Parnell says that he is a constitutional conservative, and one of the issues that he says that he is concerned about is the debt. One way that he says that it could be fixed is by looking at mandatory spending programs.
Right. They're called mandatory spending programs. By law, they cannot be touched, right? So I come into this, principally speaking, that the people here at this rally and people that own businesses, they can't run their household or their businesses effectively if 75% of their budget can't be touched. And it just so happens that 75% of those mandatory spending programs, we're talking about things like Social Security program, Medicare, Medicaid, they continue to grow and expenses around those things continue to balloon. So, and that's why 25% of the rest of the budget, things like the Pentagon, the military, our budget tends to always be balanced on the backs of the warfighters.
He said the first step is addressing fraud within those programs.
But number one thing that we can do, I think the first step is targeting fraud. I mean, there's billions and billions of dollars of fraud within mandatory spending programs every single year that I think if we get tough on things like that and we show those programs that they have to be accountable to somebody, we can just trim billions and billions of dollars right then and there.
Another of Parnell's priorities is to address what he sees as a crisis at the southern border. To him, it is a humanitarian issue, and he thinks the only solution is to start by securing the border.
But it's a humanitarian issue. It can't simply be seen as a policy, an immigration policy discussion. There's a humanitarian crisis at the southern border, and the only way we solve it is by securing the border.
Parnell also said he will work to improve election security and will protect the Constitution if he is elected to Congress. Parnell declined to criticize any of the other Republicans running in the primary specifically.
And I would never talk negatively about another Republican. Like, I really do believe in Reagan's 11th commandment.
But he did say that his reason for running sets him apart from the other Republicans.
These are people that are running for an open Senate seat because they think it would be cool to be a U.S. Senator, right? These are people that can primarily self-fund, right? They can write a check from their bank account and use that to help them win this open seat, I'm just a middle-class kid from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that got my undergrad at Duquesne, went to serve this country, was Moody, came back, got my master's at Duquesne, and the reason why I'm doing this is not to be a career politician, is not to go to Washington forever, but to do everything we can to make this country better for you and your children. We want them to have all the same opportunities that you have.
Parnell feels that he has a viable path to victory in the general election. He thinks that Joe Biden's administration is unpopular enough to give him the advantage over Democrats, and recent electoral trends like the success of the ballot questions in the spring make him feel confident. He said that all are welcome in his campaign. The date of the Republican primary has not been released, but the general election is scheduled for November 8th, 2022. I'm Micah Leith reporting for Channel 14.